Kia ora, welcome to our You Being You channel. When I'm showing up in my being me, I'm often giving voice to what I see as the truth of life, because there's so much crazy and wild and weird in the world today, and I work with that in my role as practitioner, and I seem to say the same things to most people. So this is stuff that I'm trying to learn, trying to understand, trying to live in my own grounded spiritual life. And really, they're guidelines for seeing how to be part of this interactive energy world and manage bringing all of ourselves to life, because it's not easy, right? There's no map, there's no guidebook, there's no rules. We can live any way we want. And a lot of what we look at today, it's pretty crazy. Right? So I grew up with crazy, and the gift of that is it's helped me look at the world differently. And these worldviews that we bring forth through our You Being You teachings are, looking at the world to see the oneness and to see how everything is interconnected, and that when we engage with life from that place, it's far more interesting and more real. So I was chatting to someone a couple of days ago, and I thought, life is like cutting and polishing. Like, there's cuts. Stuff happens, we get cut. It opens us up. It hurts. I was working with a woman last night who I've been seeing for a while now, and her mum died 4 months ago. So obviously it's rocked her world. It came from out of the blue. We were chatting about how this has taken her into her most authentic self, and how she's really looking at the way she's living and what's important, because that cut took her into the depths of herself, and from the depths we know, we experience our own understanding in our own depths, but often we don't get there unless we're cut. So the cuts of the journey, they're part of it, and we often don't see people when they're bleeding and hurting, and they don't speak about that much. Like, they do it in little rooms with people like me. They're tucked away. So we don't see the depths of human suffering, and therefore when we're having our own suffering, we might wonder what's wrong with us, because everyone else looks like they're doing okay. So part of why I do this is to bring out these conversations and bring out some language and frameworks for looking at the truth of life, the struggles, and how to manage them. And then the polished side is, we get cut and we get crushed, and then there's something new that comes to life, and thereafter we learn to polish that. So one of my great yoga teachers talks about, a diamond is a chunk of rock which made good under pressure. So in spiritual worlds, or in any world, we're under pressure sometimes. In some seasons in our lives, we're in a lot of pressure. And so that pressure, it cuts away what's not necessary. And then what's true and good and beautiful, it starts to come out. And that self is our shiny self. So to me, the essence of spiritual life is engaging with that light that's inside us. And, learning to turn that up. So that we can shine like a diamond, and we can bring ourselves out. So the polishing is a process. It's like we've all got these bits about ourselves that need work. So we're polishing off the rough bits, and we're revealing what's truly there. So I'm really inspired right now by A Star Is Born, the movie. And I'm making a little series, which I'm going to start releasing shortly, looking at that story and unpacking the archetypes within it. Because I feel like living in today's weird world is not easy. And to me, the Star Is Born movie, it's a story about channeling the creative power of the universe, because we're all channels for that. And learning how to be a grounded channel is part of what we aim to do with our UBU stuff. Thank you for joining our conversation. And it's been a while since I've made a movie. But I'm starting up again. Kia ora, aloha, aroha nui. Love, love, love makes the world go round. Bye.